Hi, Patrick here. I'm going to share with you a great thing that we've discovered within the last 2 years. So here is the teams. Most of you might know it. We got physics. We create a team, and we are the teachers of physics and our supervisors. So this is the team. And we have files, everything, our reunions, our tests, and we have also one control spreadsheet. This is the very thing that I want to show you. By clicking in this control spreadsheet, the first thing we have those little pages here, and the first thing is planning. Every line has a date, and this is the first day of the whole week represented by this line. In our right, we got the classroom, and at the left, the laboratory. So what is going to happen in the laboratory this week? So we just read it here. And what is going to happen in the classroom? Right here. And these two columns here are the very interesting thing. This first one, teaching methods. You see some codes here separated by comma. Which codes are those? Well, they represent those methods. So I got the code, I got the name of the method and a brief description. You see, single class is a method, that common class where teacher speaks and students listen. What do we think of that class? How contextualized is it? So can we rate it in terms of context? Well, I would say the simple ordinary class, physics class, the physics for the physics, it's 1 in terms of context. And what about freedomness? Are the students free to make decisions? If not, low grade. If yes, high grade, and so forth. I know it's quite fast because it will be detailed in the chapters of this lesson. But right now, I want you to see that we not only plan what we're going to talk about, but we're planning how is it that we're going to do it. And also we got numbers. So each class has a number. And why is it that we have the number? Because the class will give to the student a rate. So is that rate high? Is that rate low? Well, that depends of the performance. But what is great about this type of grade registering system is that this 5.5 here is not the sum up of all these. You might have noticed that. But instead, it's the average. So how it works, you see Amanda and Laura, they have both been present in the first class, but but Amanda did not do the activity. So for each class, we have an experience and an online activity. So a learning track. If you don't do something, you earn 0. If you do something poorly, you get 1, and you get 2 if you actually do what you are asked. So in the end, you got out of 6, 5.7. And why is it that Amanda and Laura got different grades if they have only failed one task? Well, that's because Amanda has done more things. She's been evaluated more times, and then that 0 is less effective in her average. This is not true for Laura because she has missed those classes in red. So I could not evaluate her. I didn't give her a 0. She wasn't present. I couldn't tell how was her relationship with the activity. I couldn't judge her experience, but I know that she was not there. So this system allows me to make a gamification system, because I can say, Amanda, you deserve 3 points here. and then she earns the 3 points, her grade raises up, but I don't move the other students' grade because of that. This is very interesting. And what do we do with all that data? With all that data and the tests and everything, we go to graphic analysis. If you remember, we got 2 columns for each method. So what can we do with that? We can say, hey, how open are your classes? How free are your students to make choice? And how much contextualized are them? You see, the laboratory in blue fills more of the upper right space, meaning, hey, it's contextualized and also students can make choice. And the classroom in red is more bottom left because usually the teacher is organizing the data and organizing the subjects, and he has sometimes to make students listen quietly what he's saying. But what about this? This is great. This is laboratory and classroom, both doing something similar in terms of method, which means students recognize that there is a bound between those. And more than that, if I get down here, I have a graphic, interesting graphic that shows the following. Each point is one student. So student too much in the right means great performance at the laboratory, and student too much in the upside means great performance in the classroom. Laboratory, classroom. So who is upper right is usually good at both, and down left, maybe not so good. What is important here is not whether the student has good grade or not, but instead, if being good at the lab, does it mean being good at the classroom? Because if so, it means there is a connection. And that is what this graph measures to us. It shows through this dotted line that there is a correlation between being good at the lab and also at the classroom. Meaning, again, laboratory contributes to development in classroom, in tests, in traditional school. So this is just a quick way to show you that there are great things we can do, and I did nothing but use a simple spreadsheet with an ordinary formula to get great data and analyze my students to make important decisions upon their lives in school. So thank you for watching.